Alright, so right off the bat, I want to mention that I am completely drunk and I am about 2/3 of the way into Ridiculous 6. My tripod just fell and I'm too drunk to really care. So it's not working. So now I'm going to set up a different way. That's the best it's going to get right now, so you're just going to have to get over it. Sorry, hopefully this is funny. If not, it's okay. So I'm about 2/3 way into the Ridiculous 6, about an hour and 24 minutes into a hour and 57 movie and 57-minute movie, and this movie is terrible. Holy cow, I couldn't finish it. I've took notes. Can't really see in depth, but these are the notes I've taken for this movie, and it's not great. So what I'm gonna say is this movie is an F right off the bat. I don't even want to waste anyone's time. If you don't care anymore, just click out right now and just know that this movie is an F. It's on Netflix, Adam Sandler movie, and it's terrible. Please do not watch this movie. It's not funny. Let's start off by saying, so far in this hour and 24 minutes of this movie that I've watched before I had to just give up, I've only laughed 4 times. In an hour and 24 minutes, how is that possible? I don't know. Okay. So before I start talking about the bad, I'm going to talk about the good. There's actually 33 things I liked about this movie in the hour and 24 minutes. But let me give you some perspective. On the average of how I like movies, at least 160 things I like about movies. Even if I don't necessarily like the movie, there are at least 160 things that I like about that specific movie. But The Ridiculous 6, there's only 33 things that I like about this movie an hour and 24 minutes in. This movie's terrible, and I'm drunk, so you would think there would be dumb things that I would laugh about, and I've only laughed 4 times. Okay. I'm going to get into the things I disliked about this movie, and spoiler alert, there's 22 things, and there could be more, but after these 22, there is 100% chance that this movie got an F for me, so I didn't need to go any further. So let me just get off right now, and if you disagree with any of these things, just comment below and let me know, and be like, oh, well, that didn't bother me as much, then we can have a civil argument. Probably not civil, but let's go for it. So my first one is, at the very beginning, Adam Sandler attacks the Left Eye Gang with his cheesy set of skills, and that was just dumb. You know, he's walking on his hands, and he's being super quick, even though in reality, the movie's reality, he's not really going that fast, so it didn't make any sense. The second thing is, the acting in the first probably half hour was really stale. With the engine people, it was really stale, and it wasn't acceptable. Everyone had nice teeth. That's number 3. Everyone had nice teeth so far that I've seen in this movie. Maybe some people had some bad teeth. Taylor Lautner's character had like crooked teeth, but for the most part, everyone has had nice teeth. And for a movie taken in the 1800s, I'm assuming the 1800s because Luke Wilson's character protected the president, so 1800s, I'm assuming. So everyone had nice teeth. That's not okay. Number 4 is Adam Sandler's backstory of how his mom got killed was just dumb. Oh, he got beat up by bullies in school and they shot his mom? That's stupid. Number 6 is when Adam Sandler meets Rob Schneider's mom and she's talking about all these sex things that she did with Adam Sandler's dad. I can't remember his name because it's unmemorable, but Nick Nolte's character, that was disgusting and it just wasn't even funny. Number 7 is the donkey poop joke when he pooped and it just was not funny at all. Number 8 is Rob Schneider when he joined Tommy, Adam Sandler. When he joined him, there was no reason to where he'd would really join him other than, oh, that's my dad too. That didn't make any sense. It was not smart. Number 9, Adam Sandler's character Tommy opened the safe for the saloon or the bar or whatever. That safe, he opened it with a cup of tea and he like drank it and spit it out, and it was so dumb. It didn't make any sense. Number 10 was Rob Schneider's character. His donkey pooped on the sheriff. I think it was the sheriff and the mayor or whoever part of the town. He pooped on him, and he was like a missile, and he was like, ready? Hold it? You've been holding it for so long. Poop on him. And it just wasn't funny. Number 11 is, so it was Adam Sandler's character, Rob Schneider's character, and the guy from Lost, the big dude, Hugo, Herm in this movie. His name wasn't Hugo in Lost. I don't know why I said that. But those 3 guys, they fell from the ceiling and they land on each other, and Rob Schneider was on the bottom, and he was okay after going through the floor. Like, I understand it's a comedy and it doesn't really care as much, but you would at least be injured. No, he was okay. Number 12, Terry Crews came into the group, and he was just their brother, and clearly he's 1,000,000% black. Like, who cares if he's black? But he's not even light skinned at all, and he's 1,000,000% black, and his dad's supposed to be white, and he just is. That's just, what's the logic of that? He's their brother? Not really buying that. Okay, number 13 is, so Terry Crews is their brother. Why did he join? He didn't really have a reason to join. Oh my God, that's my dad. Okay, I understand why Herm, the guy from Lost, and why Taylor Lautner's character joined, because they're not very smart, so they're just like, okay, I have a brother, I'll join. But Terry Crews and Rob Schneider's characters, why did they join? Not really buying it. Number 14, so when they're in the saloon, and what's his name? Harvey Keitel, his character with the mustache, when he's supposedly, he was a partner of Nick Nolte's character, the father, whatever. They're in the saloon, and he was their partner, and then he's like being creeped out, and like there was a bunch of voices, and it just didn't make any sense. Like, is that in his head? Was that being spoken by other people? It wasn't explained, so it was kind of stupid. And then number 15 is an add-on to that. The doll that he finds in the room, it's talking to him he's like, oh, Bob, I don't remember what he said because it wasn't memorable once again at all, but it didn't make any sense. Was somebody controlling that doll? Did that doll say itself? It just wasn't explained. It was really stupid. Number 16, another fall. Taylor Lautner's character jumped from the ceiling onto the building and then fell because he didn't have knives like Adam Sandler's character, and there was the joke, oh, it's better with knives. But at the end of the day, he straight up fell from the roof, and he wasn't even injured. At least be injured. He wasn't even injured. He's like, okay. So that was stupid. Number 17 is that it was the, oh, you ridiculous 5. I was trying to be funny, which, okay attempt. But then Rob Schneider's like, you forgot about numero 6, and then he hit the guy's head. I think it was Harvey Keitel's character. He hit him with the head with the shovel, and his head fell off. That was stupid. You're really gonna expect me to believe that a guy's head fell off from a hit with a shovel? That was dumb. But don't get me wrong, I'm going on with number 18. Then the guy who had his head shot off is starting to shoot around and blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, running around with the chickens with his head cut off. But come on now, I can't really believe that this guy's shooting for about 10 seconds with his head cut off. I'm just not buying it. And then number 20, so Taylor Lautner's character is being hung, and then he's like floating around. He's like, I'm not really dead. And he's floating around, he's hanging around, he's jumping around, he's joking and stuff. And not only is that disrespectful to the hanging, the concept of someone hanging, but it's just not believable at all. So it's just dumb. And then number 21, Mark Twain. This is about when I gave up. Mark Twain's character, played by, I don't remember what actor played the character, but Mark Twain's character, he's just talking all ghetto and stuff, and it's just not. I think it was Ice Baby, Vanilla Ice. I think that's who played that character. So Vanilla Ice is playing Mark Twain. He's just talking all ghetto, which, yeah, Vanilla Ice is kind of ghetto, so he's going to talk like that. But if you want to be realistic, have a person portray a character in the way that character would talk, not the way the actor would talk, or actor. So Vanilla Ice talking ghetto as Mark Twain is just stupid and doesn't make any sense. And my final flaw with this movie at 22, which, like I said, there's 35 minutes left in this movie, and I'm already at 22, is the fact that I gave up with 40 minutes left in this movie. In reality, 35, but 35 to 40 minutes. The fact that I gave up with 35 to 40 minutes left in this movie, and I'm already at 22, the way that I calculate movies and the way that I do the good and the bad, more than 20 is an F, so there's no coming back from that. And the fact that there's only 33 likes, there's no redemption for this movie. So The Ridiculous Six is an F. It is one of the most worst movies I've ever seen. It is terrible, and the fact that we can see it for free does not matter at all, because it is terrible. And yes, I have been drinking and I'm drunk, and that doesn't matter at all. I hate this movie, Ridiculous Six. Please don't watch it. And I'm not necessarily talking bad about Adam Sandler like most people do, because I haven't specifically reviewed Grown Ups 2, The Cobbler, Blended, or any of these other dumb movies that he's done in the last 8 years. But specifically, Jack and Jill, but specifically for Ridiculous Six, it is terrible. Please don't watch it. It's Netflix. I don't care. Cancel your Netflix subscription just for this movie, because it is so bad. Ridiculous Six, it is an F. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Drunk or sober, I don't care. It is terrible. Bye bye. Ridiculous Six.